just rest it? Do you have to undergo any kind of procedure?
I'm just going to rest it a lot for right now, but at the same time figure out a plan, figure out exactly what's going on with it, try to find somebody that I can see who can help me with recovery, whether it's recovery or strengthening or whatever it takes to get it better. I don't want this to be something that's lingering for the rest of my career, and I definitely want to handle it as soon as possible.
Based on what the doctors have told you, is surgery like totally off the table?
Yeah, I don't think it's requires surgery. I basically started off with a stinger that I kind of ignored at first because I'm like, I've had a stinger before, not, a long time ago in high school. But then after that, it just started coming back more and more. So then that's when I finally started paying a lot more attention to it. And I think after a while of just getting so many of them, it started causing like just a little bit of nerve damage that I think just, a lot of times the trainers were telling me that the main thing it needs is rest, that I wasn't able to get during season.
On this day last year, Baggy Day last year, the guy who had the highest salary cap hit was Bradbury, and he was obviously not here because of that. Right. Do you worry about your future here at all because you have the highest salary cap hit next year?
Not really. I mean, I try to let things like that play out, I'm not like a huge religious person, but at the same time I believe, the plan's a plan, things are going to work out the way they work out. I could just control what I can control. I did my best this year. I fought through injuries and, played my hardest and all that type of stuff. And, I'm sure I'll end up somewhere, if not here. And at the end of the day, I want to play as long as possible. And, I love this team. I want to play for them for sure. I want to play, alongside with Dex as long as possible. But, yeah, we'll let things work out.
Part of that, part of your $32 million hit is $18 million in salary. How would you feel if Joe came to you and said, we'll move that number down a little bit?
Like for?
If he comes to you and asks you to take a pay cut.
I'll probably consider it, I definitely love this team and I want to be here. And like I said, I want to play with Dex as long as possible. I think playing with someone like that helps me individually, and we help each other and we help the defense when we have two stout guys like that up front. And it's something that I haven't thought about yet, so it's like hard to answer right away. It's probably something I would have to talk to my agent, something I would have to see like how they're feeling upstairs and all that type of stuff. But I haven't really thought about it yet, and I'm considering all possibilities.
I'm sure you'd like to see Dex get his big payday, though.
Yeah, for sure, he deserves it. I mean, he's been playing hard, he's been working hard, and the world got to see the fruits of his labor this year, and he's been playing outstanding all year to the final game. I mean, even last night, it didn't probably show up on the stat sheet, but he's dominating his matchups, and a lot of times, fans or media don't really get to see, what players are doing on the field because they're looking at stats and stuff like that. But, as a player and coaches, they see what you do on film, and, he's been dominant all year, and he deserves it.
Leonard, have you ever ended a season feeling this way about a team? You've never been in the playoffs before, you know what I mean? You've had a lot of these baggy day, goodbye days.
Right.
Have you ever ended the year and come back and said, we have something cooking here like this?
I mean, honestly, I appreciate that question because, this is probably one of the first years that, it's been, really sad to leave. A lot of times we've been in losing seasons, so, near the final two games, you're kind of, ready to go, to be honest. It's like, you're not going to the playoffs. You're kind of just, playing because you have games left. And, guys are, ready to go home at that point. This year has been different. It's like we have so much camaraderie. People are a team this year, and I feel like we grew so much and built on our identity and culture here, and we were able to make it to the second round, which exceeded a lot of people's expectations. We always believed in ourselves and stuff like that, but I feel like we exceeded a lot of outside people's expectations this year, and it's definitely hard to come in here and see everybody packing up and getting ready to go home, and I feel like a lot of people have gotten really close this year, so it's hard.
If you're able to come back for another year as well as Wink Martindale, what do you think the potential of this defense can be with year two?
I feel the potential is high. I don't want it to be just lip service, though. I feel like, as coaches and players, we need to put in the work to make sure that we build off of it. We need to, after we take a little bit of rest, I feel like we need to have 100% attendance and getting in OTAs and all that type of stuff to build off of it. Because in the end of the day, something I learned early on is every year is a new team. Like even though we were able to make it to the second round this year, doesn't mean that it's guaranteed next year. And I feel like that's going to require to keep building on that culture and identity that I talked about, and just keep growing.
Do you think it's going to be tough for you to walk a delicate line of making sure your worth is valued to not taking a big pay cut, since you said you're open to that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm really, it's hard for me to answer that question right now just because I haven't really thought about it too much and I haven't talked to my agents. I haven't talked to people upstairs about it. So I don't even know where people's head is on that type of stuff right now. I've been focused on, trying to win and make it as far as we can this year and play as hard as I can. So I feel like that type of stuff will start coming up in the next few weeks or so.